Hi, everyone. Janet Harley here with Faith in an Ever Changing World Encouragement and Hope Faith Story. And today I have with me John Smith. He is a veteran teacher with 33 years of experience and has earned various distinguished teacher and service awards and has traveled from coast to coast, presenting at numerous educational and technology conferences. He's an ordained pastor for nearly 25 years and has written several inspirational publications regarding Christian apologetics, as well as local biographies about citizens in his community. John has co-produced several faith-based movies with Meaning Films, an award-winning company, and teamed up to film a major motion picture based on John's award-winning novel, Song of the Tree Frogs. And welcome to you, John. Thank you for
It's,
joining me.
it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for this time.
Yes, you are so welcome. If you will, please share your faith story with us.
I grew up here in East Liverpool, Ohio, a pretty historic town. It's actually known as the Point of Beginning. If you go to the very far end of our city, there's a marker there that from the 1785 land ordinance that Thomas Jefferson had started. And all of the land survey of the rest of the United States, with the exception of Texas, of course, and a couple other places, actually, all of the surveying start right here in my hometown. So everything
Oh,
in the Northwest Territory. And as I said, I grew up here. I went to a church with my grandmother and my mom and my dad, my sister as well. We did, enjoy a faith journey together as a family for quite a few years.
mm-hmm.
And we moved from one church to another one where my dad actually had a lot of history there. He is an author as well, and he wrote a novel. Not a novel, but a sort of a genealogy book about
Mm-hmm.
and a history book about the church that we were attending. It was a Presbyterian church. I ended up when I was about 16 years old. I had this girlfriend that she said, "Hey, why don't you come to church with me?" And it's one of the local churches in my area. And
Mm-hmm.
I just became so intrigued by the Bible study. So when I was 16 years old, I'd jump in my car, and on Wednesday nights, I would drive myself to Wednesday night Bible studies.
Awesome.
And from there, I just started into more of a ministry. And, so from that time on, the rest is history.
Awesome. Yes. All right. So tell us a little bit about how you got, I guess, involved with faith-based movies and then Song of the Tree Frogs.
Well, Josh Menning had advertised back in 2015. He was looking for actors and people to help out with a short film that he was doing. It was only about 35 minutes long,
Uh-huh.
and it's based on one of the local legends here. And I thought, well, why not participate? Actually, one of the local legends that we have here, and it's not really a legend. He was actually killed here in the East Liverpool area. Was Pretty Boy Floyd, and
Oh,
he's
okay.
incorporated actually into the story. And it was just a fun film. And I told Josh, obviously, I'm way too old to be one of the actors, even though I had about 30 years of a stage experience at that particular time. And he said, "Well, would
Oh,
you come to the auditions and at least help me out with that?" So I got to play Simon Cowell, I guess, for a little while.
mhm.
And, but anyway, we just hit it off and had a great time. And then the next film that we did was Unwavering, which is
Mhm.
based upon the human trafficking crisis that we have going on in our country.
Right.
The state of Ohio, unfortunately, ranks about 4 or 5 all the time in
Oh,
that.
mm,
One of the big, locations where exchanges take place, unfortunately, of humans is right next to the Canton Football Hall of Fame, which is about an
oh,
hour and a half from here. So,
uh-huh.
anyway, we that's in worldwide distribution, and then Josh and I did a documentary called Gateway to Hope: Overcoming Heroin, and that
Mhm.
was based upon the life story of Josh Lytle, who's a good friend of mine, and he was at the time a 12-year recovered heroin
Mm.
addict, and he runs a huge ministry right here in our area.
Mm.
And the next film we did was Beast of Our Fathers, which is just a fun story. Once again, we sometimes will do something serious and then something a little bit
Funny.
obviously faith based.
Good.
And then
Yeah.
Song of the Tree Frogs came along, and Josh said, I'd like to do this film, and he was able to pick up tremendous actors, Shannon Fields from Facing the Giants and Karen Abercrombie from War Room,
Yeah.
Richard Cutting, who was in quite a few different movies, Maggie Jenny,
Mhm.
just awesome actors from Treasure
Right.
Coast Talent. And
Yes.
so Jean Wenger is she's a friend of mine, and she has always helped us out. Amy Hanratty is another great friend of ours, and she was able to line us up with some tremendous actors. And so now it's out on Amazon Prime, and
Yes.
it's going to be the this feature exclusive feature film for PureFlix, Song of the Tree Frogs. So we're pretty.
Wow. Is it will be on both then, John, the Amazon Prime and PureFlix, or
Yes, from what I understand, because I don't handle the contract aspect of those types of things,
okay,
it will
okay.
be an
I just
exclusive
wondered.
film, and they'll own rights to it for quite a while, and then but we're able to have it on different platforms as well. So
Mm. Well, I saw Song of the Tree Frogs on Amazon Prime, and it is uh, an awesome movie, well done, well written. And I am now reading your novel, Song of the
mm,
Tree Frogs, and I can see where it kind of blends, with the movie. There'll be uh, other things and more in the book
mhm,
than I'm sure
mhm,
than in the movie.
mhm,
But so I'm looking forward to finishing it up. But I did watch Song of the Tree Frogs, and powerful, well done. It kept my interest.
great.
The acting was outstanding, and of course Josh did an excellent job
hmm He is absolutely
directing
a
it.
phenomenal
Oh,
filmmaker. He and his wife Danielle, they both partner together to
oh,
have many films, and they're just amazing people. We have devotions on set every day, and it was just a tremendous
wonderful.
experience. And
Yes.
um, but I one of the interesting things is in the novel I do mention about a court appointed special advocate, and there is an organization, a national organization called CASA, and it represents court appointed special advocates, where we have volunteers that go in to court settings with young people that just don't have that adult advocate with them.
Right.
So
Right.
Ann Weigel, she is the director for my Columbiana County chapter of it here in Ohio, and she has Song of the Tree Frogs as the required reading for her volunteers, because she said it
Oh.
presents such a great perspective in her eyes to
Mhm.
the plight that these young people, because it is a different novel. It's written from the silent victim's perspective.
Mhm.
Philip is the,
Mhm.
the narrator, and he is not the one who is the target. His younger brother Michael is,
Mhm.
and it's just all the guilt and the forgiveness that he has to
Right.
have for himself and from his brother, dealing
Yes.
with the
Yes.
crisis
And
of it.
this is and I'm sorry. And this is not based on a true story. This is
Mm-mm.
something you created yourself.
Yeah, it is. It's sheer fiction.
Yeah.
And being a teacher for about 30 years, I do have to admit that we all have those cases that we've had children that have been neglected and so forth.
Yes.
And but it is not based upon any specific case. I would never do that to my students or anything of that nature
Right.
to the district.
Right.
But it is sheer imagination. I am working on a new novel. I don't even really have a title for it, but it's in the family saga, continuation of that particular theme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. And
So
I'm sure you'll be doing working with Josh or and doing other faith-based
mhm.
movies as well.
Yes, we have one coming up. We're hoping early summer. It's called Love One Another, and it's about racism in the church. And
Mm.
have Eric Hansen, Candace Kirkpatrick, Karen Abercrombie, and Cameron Arnett from Overcomer,
Oh yeah.
and of course Matthew. And Matthew was a student of mine at Kent State University, and I didn't even know who he was, prior to that class. And he waited for me after the end of the semester, and he said, "Hey, John, I just was wondering, I really always wanted to sort of get into acting, and could you help me do that?" Well, now he's been, he is in Song of the Tree Frogs. He plays the adult Michael role,
Mhm.
and he is also he's a lead role in a movie, Years Gone By, I believe is the title of it, and he'll probably be upset if I said that wrong, um, but anyway, he's done really well. I have a
Yeah.
beautiful daughter, Madison, and my wife Connie, beautiful wife, and they're my
Mhm.
great support. So
Yes. Yes. And we see all those beautiful pictures of your family. And as you
yeah,
showed me earlier, you have all the walls are
yes.
covered with your family. And
Yeah.
I
It
think
is,
that's
it's sort of a
really,
funny thing because my wife and I have these arguments. She's like, it's too much. And yet we'll have people come in and say, "Oh, I love this room. I think I want to get a whole bunch of pictures and do this." And I just laugh because I'm like, "Hey,
oh,
this."
yes, everyone's around you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
Very,
that's
very blessed with the people in our lives. We have great friends and wonderful family, and
yes,
so we've been very blessed. God has, truly um, given a guidance that I could have never imagined. If I would have gone back, 3, 4 years and imagined where I'd be today, I
yeah,
still have such a long way to go. There's such a great faith journey here for me to learn and to grow, and to share the experiences of the gospel with other people. Through these. My agent, Laura Helmling, she lives just outside of Chicago, and Laura's been on my back. She's like, "You need to get another novel out. Let's get work."
yes, yes,
It's another faith-based novel. So, but
absolutely, absolutely. Oh, well, we will look forward to that and to all that God has planned for you.
well, we'll see.
Yes, yes.
uh,
Thank you for joining me and sharing all of this with your faith story. Thank
well,
you
I
for
really appreciate it. It's been such an honor. I really
oh,
appreciate it.
honor to have you. And God bless you.
All right, you as well. Thank you so much.
And thank you all for watching. Have faith and look up, friends, where our help comes from. Bye. God bless.